We'll get Shaka in a second. We got to get somebody on the board. Brady Kravitz, 96.9 FM in Orlando. How many years may the Magic offer Klay Thompson?
I've seen reports out there from guys that have said the Magic aren't willing to give him 3 years. I promise you guys, whoever said that is making it up. There's no way they have knowledge of that information. But with that said, it does make sense if they wanted to draw a line in the sand. That third year is sort of the sticking point. The Magic have 2 seasons to spend basically as much money as they want to before they have to start worrying about Paolo and Franz affecting the overall salary cap for them. So they're going to spend money over the next, either this offseason or the next. That is going to happen. It's a matter of how do they spend it and does that impact their future?
All right, what type of price can Klay Thompson garner here with the Orlando Magic?
And the Magic with Malik Monk off the board, you get 1 or 2 more free agents that end up deciding they want to play somewhere else. You're going to run out of options pretty quick. I think Klay can drive the price up for a team that needs three-point shooting as much as the Magic do. And we could be looking at a guy that probably should be in the range of just north of $20 million and end up just south of 30.
It's a big difference between 20 and 30. It doesn't mean, I don't know, in terms of NBA money, who knows how they view it, but I mean, I feel like it's a pretty big difference.
Big difference.
Right?
It is. But isn't it crazy, though? Because Orlando's a team we identify very, very early.
Yeah, like February.
November, really.
Okay, November.
November, December. I mean, it was the calendar didn't even flip yet to 2024. We're talking about the Orlando Magic. But what is crazy is that on paper, it looks like Klay Thompson's a better fit in Orlando than he is right now with this current iteration of the Golden State Warriors. And that's mind-blowing to me, is that Klay Thompson at this stage is not a great fit with the Warriors with this offense. Especially in
I think it's more. I think it's more.
You
both
think it's
sides.
personnel? You think it's personnel too?
No, I think yes. So like for the reason why he fits in Orlando more than with the Warriors is because when he was at his apex, him being able to guard the best perimeter player kind of shielded Curry and enabled Curry. I think this is also in part like a lot of the Klay rhetoric is like, hey, we have to acknowledge that Steph isn't going to defend anyone, right? And I think people are afraid to say that out loud because he's so prolific and he's an all-timer and he's amazing. The other part of this is, hey, we also play away with that guy, Draymond Green, and with Steph Curry in the half court, that if you're not going to move around and you're not going to be able to facilitate, then you're just reduced to a spot-up shooter. It makes it much easier to guard you with this offense, this personnel, and then flip that onto the other. It's not just what you do offensively, it's the package.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was saying. He's a better fit in Orlando on paper than he is with the Warriors.
And that's hard to swallow.
That's basically what I was saying, is that he's better fit in Orlando because of the personnel, because of the way they play, because of the opportunities he will get in Orlando, as opposed to the Golden State Warriors. You know Curry's going to be the alpha dog, and that's fine. But when Klay starts chucking these going 6 of 18, if people are getting on him, and I'm thinking to myself, well, look at the spacing on offense. Look at the spacing. In Orlando, he will be able to have better spacing. It's just the truth. Unless the Warriors make some big-time moves here, that negates all that.
Well, and the other part of this
is... You say a big move may be on the way. I don't know what's on the way with the Golden State Warriors. I honestly don't.
Well, I wonder what their perception is. Like, let's say Klay does walk and they don't swing a big-time move. Now, how does that Klay Thompson exit land for fans? But the other thing that I do think... with every high free agent who is like winner guy, right? I always think about this. Like, you're winner guy and you're going to team X in any sport and you're going to teach them how to win and you're the missing ingredient. Boy, it sounds great. It's really hard to be that guy. And I think that when you look at the Warriors, like, I mean... I'm not comparing Ronnie Turioff to Klay Thompson, but like the Warriors got Ronnie Turioff because he had championship pedigree and Derek Fisher had championship pedigree. And those guys were almost immediately run out of town by the fan base.
But those teams were in a different spot than Orlando.
No question.
Orlando was the 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. They took Cleveland to 7 games.
This team feels like it's building towards
they're
something.
ascending. They're on the come up.
Boston.
The
when
Warriors
Boston
are not
signed
on the
Hanley
come up.
Ramirez.
The Warriors signed those guys just to show the rest of the league, hey, we have money.
No doubt.
We'll spend it. Please come. We have a basketball team, and we're in the Bay Area. That's what those moves are about.
I know. Like,
this team is ascending. The Warriors are trash.
Yeah, I know.
I hear
but
what
I'm saying is, like, Pablo Sandoval went as a high-priced gun to go to Boston, and like they had signed Hanley Ramirez the year prior, and they'd spent a lot of money, and it almost immediately backfired, and he became a lightning rod for criticism.
But then that move wasn't always going to be great, though. I figured a lot of Giants fans, and 510, when I'm talking about with Orlando and the spacing is, yes, it's terrible right now because you don't have shooting. You added Klay Thompson, and all of a sudden your spacing gets a lot better. It just gets a lot better. Those are the facts.
Or he... like the other part of this is he looks really good and he's a contributor and they start ascending. Or he looks kind of like lackluster and he's streaky and they're frustrated and he's frustrated and his role is evolving. Like it could be one of a million outcomes.
We have no idea.
And I don't want to play negative. I'm just saying it could be a million outcomes.
It can be. So Anthony Slater in this piece, and we'll get to Shotgun Berkeley in just a second. We was talking about, maybe the market dries up. And Klay Thompson's best offer may end up coming to the Golden State Warriors in an inevitable reunion with the Warriors at a rate both sides are comfortable at. It'll lead back to it. But Slater also writes that's not necessarily the case. Even if the Warriors eventually approach Thompson with a competitive offer, matching or exceeding the money in years, it has become increasingly conceivable, according to league sources, that Thompson will decide to leave regardless, searching for a fresh start in a different environment, detached from some of the built-up friction of the previous couple of seasons. And, of course, before the season started, Warriors and Thompson discussed the idea of an extension. Shams Charania reported talks were in a 2-year, $48 million range, but nothing was ever close. So we don't even know if this was even offered. They weren't even close, apparently. They were discussing it, but according to Shams, they weren't even close. So Thompson may say, the hell with it. You already came at me. And this is something I've been on all season long. I think it was more so about the years than it was the money.
But the hard part for me is and I hear all these guys talk, it's a business, it's a business, and yet get emotionally unhinged when the business side doesn't fall in their favor. And I'm not saying that this would happen specifically in this case, but it's like you can't have it both ways. You can't say it's all business, and then be completely furious that you didn't get the amount of money or the amount of years or you feel disrespected. And it's not just business. It's just not. I don't like when people it's just business.
It's respect too.
Then it's not business.
It's respect.
Because in business, when you don't make a transaction, you walk away. You're going to do business with that individual down the line. In sports, it's not just business. Now, there is business elements, but it's also very emotionally based. Very emotionally based.
Respect, business, all that stuff goes hand in hand. And you know what? If he felt disrespected, he's not the first player to ever feel disrespected. Let's go to Shaka in Berkeley.